Hello class, this is your teacher Mr. McDougall with your next tutorial in Photoshop. We are going to learn a new tool called the Burn tool and what it can do to make areas darker and help us blend images together a little bit better. So I provided you with the exercise files. Please download those and open them all up in Photoshop so we can get going. I've given you 7 exercise files to play with. So take a moment, pause this video, download the exercise files, put them in a folder, and then open them up in Photoshop to join me at this point. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to practice what we've been doing so far with selecting subjects, taking them out, and putting them in new backgrounds. Something we've done before. However, this time we're going to take a couple extra steps to really sell the effect and make it look like they're actually there and make it look not that photoshopped. So the first thing we're going to do is select out our subject on Burn 01. Jump to Burn 01. Let's start with this girl. Use your quick selection tool to start selecting her. You practice with this a few times. We're going to continue practicing with it because it's a very powerful and useful tool. We use the quick selection tool all the time. So select just her body. Don't get the rug. Take your time to make sure you get her completely. Zoom in if you have to make sure we got everything. Make sure your brush size is always smaller than the subject. I don't want to brush with my brush size like this because that would be bigger in their arm and it would select too much. I want my brush to be within the range of my subject. So let's go there. Make sure you got her whole face. I want you to zoom in and really focus on your selection because you want to make it as precise as possible. If you're editing from really far away like this the whole time, you're going to miss some things. It looks clean from far away, but zoom in to make sure you got it. Make sure you don't get any of these gaps right here. Right now it's selecting all of her on the outside, but I don't want to select this middle part right here. So make sure you hold Alt to negative select and deselect this part right here. See how my mouse changes from plus to minus when you hold the Alt key? So now it's selecting her body. I'm not going to get this gray part right here. Once you've selected her as best you can, then you will add a layer mask. And again, it always looks good at first, but we need to use our select and mask feature that we did in the previous lesson to make sure it's cleaned up, especially around the hair. So that's when you go to your refine edge brush and just brush around a little bit the edges, especially around the hair and other parts where the line is blurry, to make sure the hair looks good. You won't need to do it around everywhere because most of it will be clean. There'll be certain areas you may need to clean up, like right there where the hand is. I could see that. This is why I want you to zoom in. Clean this up right there. Places around the edge you might need to clean up. And if you need to deselect from your selection, use the brush tool right here. The brush will add or subtract. So if I hold Alt to subtract, I can subtract from my selection. Right there. Make it as clean as possible. I want you to take your time on this. We've been practicing with the tools. Now we're practicing making our effects look good and being more professional with our Photoshop and not just hastily putting it together. All right, so now we've selected her out. It's as clean as we can make it. So let's move her onto Burn 02, this soccer field right here. I like to just drag and drop with my move tool. Come up here and then drop her right in. Obviously, she's a little too big right now, so we're going to adjust the size to make her fit a little bit better. Let's say right there looks good. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of things to really blend her into the environment. So right now it looks pretty clean. It might look like she actually is right there, but it still looks kind of Photoshop. So we're going to add a shadow and some level adjustments to make it look like she's actually there. So let's go to our adjustment layer. We're going to add a levels adjustment. We haven't done this since the early lessons. So go to your adjustment layers down here. Make sure your layers panel is open. If you don't have, if it's collapsed like this, go to your layers. Make sure at least that is open. Click here and go to levels. This will adjust the levels. Remember the highlights and the shadows. If I bring these in right here to adjust them, it affects the highlights and the shadows. However, I only want it to affect the girl. I don't want it to affect the entire image. So we're going to clip it to the girl, just like when we did with clipping masks. So if you go back to layers, or if you don't see it, I would keep this tab open right here. It might be hard to see if you have it collapsed. If you have this open, open this up. Make sure on the properties for the levels adjustment right here. You have the levels adjustment layer selected. In order to make it only affect the girl, we're going to create a clipping mask. Instead of going up here to layer and clipping mask like we did before, there's actually an icon right over here. If you look down right above where it says paths right here, if you look up, there's a little square with an arrow, this little icon right here. If you click on that, it creates this. It points this arrow down and clips it, so it's only affecting this layer now. So now if I adjust the levels, it's only affecting the girl layer and not the entire image. So we can adjust the levels a little bit to make it look like she actually belongs there. Let's bring him in just slightly. There we go. We don't need to do a lot, just very minimal stuff. Simple levels adjustment to make it look like she actually matches. Bring it out a little bit more. Very subtle. Okay, now we're going to use that new tool called the burn tool to create a shadow right here. Typically, if I wanted to create a shadow, what we've done before in the past is go to FX and do a drop shadow. You'll notice the drop shadow does not look very convincing though. No matter how you adjust it, it looks fake. This is not what we want for our shadow. This is not how a realistic shadow would look. So the drop shadow is good for graphics and shapes and other effects, but when we want it to look real with a person, the drop shadow is not always our best friend. So we're going to use a new tool called the burn tool. Before we do that, we are going to create a copy of the background layer. Come down to the background layer, and in order to prevent any permanent damage, we are going to duplicate it. So hit Control J to duplicate it. Now we have our background copy. This is the one we're going to use the burn tool on, so we don't burn the original or the girl. So go to your tools over here. It's near the bottom on this side, a little under halfway. You'll see one called the dodge tool. It looks like a little pin, like when you put a little pin in maps, you'll see this little icon. This is the dodge tool. The burn tool is in that same group. So remember, when there's a group of tools, you got to click and hold your mouse to bring up the other ones. We want this one, the burn tool. Kind of looks like a little hand. So with the burn tool, this is another brush. So the shortcut keys still apply to make your brush bigger and smaller. Make sure that the hardness of this brush is all the way down to 0. We want a nice soft shadow for this one. And make sure that you're on the copy layer. What we're going to do now is we're going to very lightly in small clicks brush where we think a shadow would be, which is under her body right here. So I'm going to brush just a little bit right there. And you see what happens is it's darkening the area of the grass to make it look more like a shadow. I'm going to make my brush a little bit smaller, a little bit right here. Not too much. You don't want to go too strong and just make it all black right here, because that's also unrealistic. It's very light. And I'm also going to brush a little bit lighter right here. The darker areas are where her body is making contact with the ground. You'll see with your shadow, when you're standing, where your feet or hands or whatever body part is touching the ground, that shadow part is darker, and then it gets lighter right here. So I want this part to be lighter. I'm just going to very lightly click back and forth. I'm going to click a little bit more right here. So now I've created this shadow that is under her, which looks a lot more realistic. And it's only on this copy layer. I could turn this on and off right here. If you're brushing the wrong layer, if I have her selected and I start brushing with the burn tool, I'm going to make her darker. That's not what you want. Control Z to undo that. If you have the original background layer selected, you're going to brush, but you won't see anything happening because it's on the bottom layer. If I hide my copy, it looks like that. So make sure you're only brushing the copy layer. Again, this is for non-destructive editing. In case you make a mistake on this, you can always delete this copy, create a new one, and try again. The burn and dodge tool come in a pair because the burn tool will darken an area and the dodge tool will lighten an area. If I use the dodge tool, I can brush that to make an area a little bit brighter. So if I made a mistake, you can see if I use it too much, you can see the effect. Brushing with the dodge tool makes it bright, but that's not what we want right now. We'll get to that in another lesson. So I want you to do the same thing with burn 3, burn 4, and burn 5. I want you to take these subjects, select them out exactly like you did with the girl, use your quick selection to select them, select in mask to make sure it's clean, and you could put them on any background you want for burn 6 and burn 7. You'll notice I gave you 3 more, 1, 2, 3 subjects, but I only gave you 2 more backgrounds, 1 and 2, burn 06 and 07. So for the third one, you can put these guys on any of these backgrounds that you want, mix and match. And for your third one, I want you to find your own background. Go on Google, download and search your own background to be a part of, and download it and bring it into Photoshop so you can add something fun. So you could pick a fun scenario like a background like this or somewhere else, maybe the moon. It doesn't really matter, but pick a fun spot to put your subject. So maybe I will select this guy. You select him. There we go. See, if I make my selection too big, starts to get his hand, and get too much, I have to deselect all this because I don't want any of that stuff. Get him, his foot, and the soccer ball. Clean as I can. There we go. Don't want any of that stuff. You know, I'm taking my time here. Make sure it looks good. All right, so let's create a layer mask. Obviously, I missed some spots right there, so let's fix it with my selected mask. I missed his ear completely. I can use my brush to fill it back in. So if your mask is not good or your selection is not good, that's why we have this selected mask option that we practiced last time to clean up our selection when needed. This is the part I really want you to take your time on to sell the effect. There we go. So that's looking good. And I have a weird one right here. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Looking pretty good. Now let's move this guy wherever we want. Maybe he is kicking a ball at the Krusty Krab. That's looking good. Krusty Krab's got their own soccer team now. He's even wearing similar colors, so I think that looks good. First thing is to create your levels adjustment. Go to your levels, your adjustment layers, levels, and let's adjust it so he looks more. Oh, we need to clip it first. Click this little icon to clip it. So the levels is on top, and then it clips down to only affect the subject. See, now if I change this, it only affects the guy and not the whole image. Make him a little bit brighter, make him look more like a cartoon for this one so he matches. That looks good. Now let's copy our background, duplicate, and use our burn tool to create a shadow. Out there, looks good, and then a nice light one right there. Darker in the area where his hand is closer to the ground. Not so dark right here like he's hovering overneath. There we go. That's looking good. So the reason we're practicing this is because our videos, or I'm sorry, our photos are obviously Photoshopped, but the goal of an editor is to make it look not Photoshopped. You have to make it convincing that you can't tell that it looks Photoshopped. It would look real as if it was actually there, even though we know it's not. Your editing has to be so good that no one even knows what you did. No one has to notice how well of a job that you did because you can't tell that it's been edited together. So these are some of the things we're practicing to really blend images together and make it look like they're both part of the same thing. So have fun playing around with these. Remember to take burn 3, burn 4, burn 5, and put them on burn 6, burn 7, and then another background of your choosing in any order that you would like. I want you to play around practicing all the steps we just did, and then, as usual, take screenshots of all your lovely brand new creations. Once you've taken your screenshots, turn those in, and you'll be all set. Let me know if you have any questions, and have fun.